Welcome to the brand new year of 2023. And just in time, I hit my CPF Full Retirement Sum again. Now, if you remember, 1 year ago, I did like several top-ups, including voluntary contribution to MediSave account and also the retirement sum top-up. And also the OA to SA transfer, right, to hit my full retirement sum last year. Last year, it was 192,000 in the special account. So this year, the full retirement sum has been raised to $198,800. And at the same time, the new 2023 basic healthcare sum will be $68,500. So that represents a 2.5k increase from the previous 66,000. So let's set the matter in context. This year, FRS $198,800, BHS $68,500. So to give my audience what they want, here is my CPF interest earned for the full year of 2022. This is compounded, so compounded 2.5% in your ordinary account and then compounded 4% in your special account and the MediSave account. And I will touch a bit on the mechanics here because my MediSave account in 2022 has already been hit the max at basic healthcare sum 66,000. That's why you will see this transfer of interest after it is credited to the MediSave account. That's what I talk about, right? 31st December, interest will be credited, and then by the 1st of December, they will do an internal transfer because the maximum balance you can hold in your MediSave account is only up till the basic healthcare sum. And this is what happened to the internal transfer. They will transfer my MediSave account interest to my ordinary account. Now, this is also because I've already hit full retirement sum in my special account. So assuming my special account has not reached the full retirement sum yet, the MA interest, MediSave interest will all flow to the special accounts. That's for some of you, right? But for those people who have hit the basic healthcare sum and the full retirement sum, the interest will go to the ordinary account. This is the same as your normal employee contributions where your FRS is max and your BHS is max. It's the same treatment. So that is why depending on which situation you are in, your interest will flow through different buckets. The priority for me is in MediSave account. So since my MediSave account is max, it will go next to special account. And since my special account is also max, then it will go to the ordinary account. That is how the CPF will flow if you have maxed your FRS and BHS. But you see, that is just for MediSave account interest, right? How about for the special account interest? Because you realize that there has been no transfers on the special account interest. It has been staying inside the special account. And that is the beauty of FRS, because at the full retirement sum or even above the full retirement sum, any contributions that is coming into your special account will add on top of it. So it's additional. It will not be a maximum cap because there is no cap for the special account. Which also means my last year special account at 192,000 will automatically hit this year's full retirement sum at $198,800 because the interest alone is more than enough to cover the annual increment of the FRS. And this is why I always tell you or suggest to my viewers, okay, if you have the means, if you have the capacity, go and top up your CPF or voluntarily contribute your CPF within the tax relief limit of $8,000 per year. But that will also mean that I have no tax relief opportunity for retirement sum top up to my special account anymore because I have already hit the full retirement sum again. So previously I was doing like RSTU every year, right? This year I do not have that opportunity anymore, and it's the first year that I'm not doing any RSTU since I started it. Of course, even if you have reached the FRS at special account, your employment contributions will still continue to go into your special account. So that is the beauty of it. It's like an uncapped limit, right? You can keep building your special account, just that now less funds will flow through it because your MediSave cannot supercharge your SA anymore. It will continue to supercharge your OA, which also means that if you look at the total contributions of CPF, which is 20% from your own salary and 17% from your employer, is total 37% of your salary, right? So 37%, how we break that down is that usually it's 23% OA, 8% in the MA, and 6% in the SA. So your 6% SA will continue to flow into your SA. But because your BHS is max, now that your 8% MA has nowhere to flow to, it will flow into the MA after you have reached the FRS. So right now, my total contributions per month based on employment is at 23 plus 8, 31%, which is supercharging my OA. And of course, that is also subjected to a monthly income cap of $6,000. Okay, so that means that if you have a monthly salary above $6,000, the max that your employment and your own contributions is only limited up to $6,000. So your own contribution 20%, that will be $1,200. Then your employer contributions is 17%, right? So that will be around the $1,000 range. So if you earn much higher above $6,000 per month, it doesn't matter because your contributions in terms of the amount will be the same because of the cap. So I know all this CPF stuff is really complicated and I've took years to even master the basics of it, and sometimes I may be inaccurate in the information, but what am I confident is that this sponsor will really give you really good deals this time. Happy New Year and 恭喜恭喜发大财 as we welcome to the January of 2023. This month, the brand new Weibo reward system will be slightly different because firstly, you will get $30 of trading voucher if you buy at least $100 of US stock or ETF, and on top of that, you have to buy a mutual fund. So to buy a mutual fund, you can go to your Weibo app, look for wealth at the bottom, and then search for mutual funds center. Then select your favorite type of mutual fund from equity, fixed income or multi-assets depending on your preference. You can get an additional $90 if you buy an options contract. So what I would do is to buy a 1 cent call or put option contract expiring at the nearest date, so the cash outlay is only $1. Therefore, in total you get $120 of trading vouchers. Do note that this promotion will end by the 1st of February, so do use my referral link down below or scan the QR code right here to get your Weibo account today. So you see in my previous video, I talk about the new basic healthcare sum, which is in 2023 $68,500, which represents a $2,500 increase over the previous BHS, right? So now I will show you a detailed walkthrough of how am I going to do the voluntary contribution to MediSave account so that I'm going to voluntarily contribute $2,500 for that tax relief opportunity. Okay, so this is my CPF homepage, and right over here, in order to top up your VCMA, first go to your My CPF and go to My Request. Okay, and under My Request, you can now go to building your retirement savings or your recipient savings. But what I want to do here is to contribute to my own MediSave account via PayNow QR. And of course, over here you can select whether you want to pay as a member or self-employed. So for most people, it will be a member, and you can do a contribution to your own MediSave account, which is tax deductible. Next up, you just have to read through the terms and conditions and all that stuff and make sure you have checkmarked this, and you can click start. After that, you can fill in all these account details, and most likely you're doing it for yourself. Then make sure that you have checked the declaration, and for myself, my amount to contribute is 2.5k. For referral name, you can leave it empty, but if you want, you can just put in my channel name for the CPF to notice me. At the payment request page, you can select payment mode by PayNow. That is my recommended choice because it will be immediately deposited. So then once you have scanned your PayNow QR and make the payment, it will be reflected almost immediately. So then I have now re-logged in and my MediSave account is now 68.5k after I have done my voluntary contributions to my MediSave account, and that is at 2.5k. So I hope this is a good walkthrough on how you can do your voluntary contributions to your MediSave account for tax relief purpose. So one more thing about this VCMA thing is that some people are confused whether there is cap to the annual limit, because we all heard about that 37.74k annual limit, right? If you do a top up to your CPF, whether by RSTU or VCMA, does it affect your annual limit? The answer is no, because the policy has changed since 2022. Your VCMA voluntary contribution to MediSave account limit is only up to your basic healthcare sum. So this year is up to 68,500. So you can top up all the way to 68.5k, but I don't recommend it because I always believe that you should just top up to the tax relief limit. This is the same for RSTU to your special account, because you can always do RSTU up to the full retirement sum, which is 198.8k this year. Okay, it doesn't affect your annual limit because your annual limit is more for the voluntary contributions to 3 accounts as well as your employer and employee contributions. So it doesn't affect the annual limit anymore for CPF top-ups and voluntary contributions to MediSave. So if you're new here on my channel and you're wondering why do I have so much faith in the CPF, I always believe that CPF forms a financial safety net, or in fact a retirement safety net, such that the retirement safety fund is already secured, so you don't have to worry about your late retirement years, especially in your 50s or 60s, when there is an age that you can finally start to take out your CPF when you've hit the full retirement sum, as well as during the age of 65 where you can have your CPF life payouts. So with this retirement safety net done up, you can start to explore other more riskier stuff, activities, right? Like if you want to do investments, okay, investments in equities definitely carry risk, and if you want to invest in even higher and riskier assets like commodities, like derivatives, or options, then at least this CPF is a safety net that, okay, you have set aside, then you don't want to gamble away all your money. Or for example, you are intending to turn your side hustle into a full-time business, or you are trying to venture into a startup, a business, something that is higher risk. At least you can say that my CPF funds are secured, I don't have to worry about retirement, instead of losing all your monies away in a higher and riskier business, right? I mean, that is if the business fail lah. Of course, I always hope that all business and entrepreneurs could succeed. So yes, the CPF funds have always been part of my foundation, as part of my Ikigai plan, or to more people who are familiar with the financial independence, retire early, the FIRE movement plan, I think CPF is a cornerstone and foundation of it. So time really flies. It has been another year. How many of you actually followed me since last year because of the CPF Full Retirement Sum video? And I'm really interested, right? How much CPF balances do you have right now? Are you attaining the full retirement sum really soon in your 30s and 40s? I would really like to know if there are like-minded people like me in their 30s and 40s. And of course, you can join my Telegram group to discuss more about this kind of CPF stuff. But if you still don't believe in the CPF system and you don't believe in topping up, then maybe you can take a look at where I interviewed Kelvin Learns Investing, because we talk about this matter, especially on CPF contributions.